Welcome back, Smerconishers. Welcome to Smerconish.com. This is the editor's report, and as you know, I'm your editor, Gili. As I do every week, I'm going to highlight some of the best critical thinking original content available at Smerconish.com, so let's get right into it. First up, we have Pete Matassa, who wrote a piece called COVID-19 Response and Secondary Risks, discussing how every country, but especially the United States, handled and is continuing to handle the COVID-19 health crisis and what the secondary risks are beyond this point. Then we have Randy Hull with America Was Not Great in 2016, but It's Worse Now, discussing the political and economic situations in 2016, comparing them to 2020, and seeing what we can do to improve the dire situation. Then we have Jim Bloom with a piece called Absentee Voting, What's the Big Whoop?, where he discusses why absentee voting by mail is essential during the pandemic and should become normalized after the pandemic as well. Then we have another interesting piece, John Greener, who wrote a piece called It's Time We Have Another Civil Debate Over What It Means to Be an American, discussing how being an American has changed, how the definition has changed, how values have changed, and what is going to come next for the next generations. Then we have Todd Graham, America's debate coach, who, as you've seen on Smerconish at CNN, he wrote a piece called The Solution is Simple, Mandate Face Masks, where he discusses why wearing face masks is essentially the most important thing from now on to keep COVID-19 from spreading and to keep the economy going only upward and preventing another lockdown of the economy and of mobility. Then we have another great piece by W. Brian Caldwell called With Race, Mindfulness Matters, where he discusses his personal journey to becoming more anti-racist. Then we have Bill Adelson with a piece called Trump on the Mountaintop, discussing leadership tactics and the inability to lead and how we need new leadership worldwide. Then we have Len Furman with a piece called Don't Defend Stupid, where he discusses the best business tactics to go forward with the more technological world advancing at a very quick pace. He discusses Coca-Cola and Netflix and how Blockbuster made a huge mistake. So check that one out. Then we have Kevin Perttu with a piece called Mets or Yankees, where he compares the athletic rivalries of those two baseball teams to the political partisanship divide right now and discusses why we all need to come together. Next up, we have Thomas Koenig with a piece called The Common Sense Case for Joe Biden, where he details what Joe Biden's path to the White House will look like and how voters like us can make it happen. Lastly, I have a piece called Dear Boomers, Love Zoomers, discussing the intergenerational political divide and how we can bridge the gaps of age and come together in this moment, in this very defining moment in history, where America can redefine itself as a place for real justice and equality, not just equality and justice written on paper. So make sure to check all that great critical thinking out at Smerconish.com, and as usual, tune in to Michael Smerconish program on SiriusXM on the POTUS channel, channel 124, and of course, tomorrow at CNN at 9 a.m. As always, if you have any ideas and you would like to contribute to Smerconish.com, please email me at editor@Smerconish.com. I would love to work with you and we would love to have your ideas published. Have a great weekend and a great summer, everybody, and see you next week.